It's December 6th. I'm Kimberly from the Fat Quarter Shop, and I have Sherri and Chelsi here today. Sherri and Chelsi, and they're Moda fabric designers. So we're so excited to have them. And they basically designed the fabric collection for our Charity Quilt for 2020. So their collection is called Summer Sweet. They're a mom and daughter duo. They design fabrics for Moda. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Charity Quilt, and then the rest of it's just going to be their little show.
Yay, welcome guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we have shown the Charity Quilt over and over, but right now we're at $6,100 raised. So Lily's going to show you our little goals. And so we're at $6,100, and at each of the little markers like 8,000, 15,000, 22,000, and 30,000, we have different finishing patterns that we're going to release to go along with that as a bonus. So we're hoping to get to 30,000. Kevin and I are going to donate 10,000, and then Mark Dunn of Moda Fabrics is going to donate $10,000. And so if we get 30,000 from you guys, that's going to be 50,000 total. So super excited. So I'm going to show you now the dates. So if you see there, we've already released the fabric requirements, and you'll see that the charity goes from February to July of next year. All of the information is on our blog, and so exciting that Sherri and Chelsi filmed all the videos for me. So all the videos on how to make the blocks, they filmed the last couple of days. So it'll be exciting because it won't just be me, because I'm sure that you guys get sick of watching me. So I'm going to show you real quick the kits, and then we're going to show you the quilt. So this box just came in like in the last 2 weeks, I would say. And it's got a magnetic closure. Da, da, da. And so if you buy the kit, you get all the fabric for the quilt top and the backing. So it's Summer Sweet collection, and then we used a Bella Solid, right? I think we used a Bella Solid.
Yes.
And then you get a triangles on a roll. You get a half rectangle ruler, which is going to make one of the little tulip blocks, and you get the full pattern. So if you buy the kit, that's your kind of bonus, is getting the full pattern before everybody else. And of course, we would love for you guys to donate to Make-A-Wish today. That would be so wonderful to get us. We're hoping to get to 10,000, or I'm hoping to get to 10,000 by the end of the year, which is like only a couple of days away. So I don't know how we're going to get there. I might have to just donate myself. Fabric requirements, everything is going to be in full color. This is already online, and I wanted to give you kind of a little peek of each of the fabrics. We went ahead, and they're it's fat quarter friendly. So we show you how you're going to actually cut each fat quarter, so that at the end you don't run out of fabric, because I know in the past you guys have asked for that. So we have delivered that this year, which is super exciting because we've never been able to do that before. And the backing set is, and we're going to show you in a second, it spells the words or the year 2020. And so you get the fabric to make it, but you also get a mouse pad. So it's the only way to get the mouse pad is to get the backing set. And the backing set pattern comes in with the backing set. And so the only way to get the pattern early is to get the backing set. So those will ship in January. And we also have these bags. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. They're so cute, right? And then there's a little charm. It comes separate. And then if you're a cross stitcher, there's a needle minder. So see, it comes off, it snaps on. So we have the bags and all the little accessories now here. And this is our cross stitch piece. This is going to be part of the Charity Quilt Along. And so in the past, we have tried to raise 20,000, This year we've upped it to 30,000, and as part of that, we added the whole cross stitch pattern that's going to be free. If you want information on that, subscribe to our Fat Quarter Shop Floss Tube channel. And now we're going to show you the quilt, because I'm sure that's really what you want. And remember, on the quilt, you can use any fabrics you would like. The fabric requirements are already on the blog. And really what we're asking is a donation of $5 per pattern. There's a total of 12 patterns. You know, of course, you can give more, you can give less, you can give $1. It all goes directly to Make-A-Wish. Anything we can do is great. We've already granted 1 wish this year. This year we're going to be able to grant 3, I believe. So we're hoping next year to get to 5. So now we're going to show you the quilt. Y'all want to show it?
Yeah.
Let's see. We can all hold it.
So this is the top
This
right
is the
here.
top.
Yeah.
And then we can just kind of rotate it, I guess. I'll step over here.
You guys can also like pull it.
Up.
So it's very scrappy, so it's great for all different kind of fat quarters, and a lot of you have fat quarters in your stash. So that's the front, and the back is the year 2020, so that you can remember what year you made it.
Yay.
I think my favorite is
So
the back,
cute. Yeah.
and that's horrible to say, that you love the back of a quilt. And it finishes at, actually that size is not right.
Sure.
Because it's not square.
Oh, does
We're
it
gonna-
say square size? Yeah, it does say square size.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out the size, because the size we have listed is a little bit off. So we're super excited. Let us know if you have any questions about the quilt.
Yeah, we had a few questions come in as we were starting.
Yeah, and I'm going to find that little block where you use the half rectangle ruler. And of course, if you don't buy the kit, we have a template that you can use, but we're only offering that in the kit. So this little piece right here, and they show you on their videos how, right there. Like, they show you on the videos how you use that ruler and different tips on how to make each block. And I'm so excited they came.
Yes.
I don't have
So-
to film.
Lots of people are saying they love your guys' fabric. I also want to say, in addition to making beautiful fabric, they are so fun to film with you guys. Like, we have so many great bloopers coming your way from
And
them.
they had so many stories at lunch. I'm not even going to repeat
They
them
have
because y'all
such
would
great
think that
stories. Oh my gosh.
now I have to meet her husband.
Okay, Mary Stewart was asking, in regards to how much we've raised for Make-A-Wish, what does that total include? So it's our donations that have come through Make-A-Wish through the donation page, and that's it at the moment, right?
Yeah, so basically, I think what she's asking, I think she's asking from everything we sell, what do we do? We don't sit and do a calculation of we're going to give this much per kit or this much per bag or this much per anything. We just say $10,000 is what Kevin and I can afford. You know, obviously we would love to give more, but it's not, we don't base it on, we're going to do this, that would be way too complicated, take way too much time, but I can guarantee you we don't make $10,000 from the total of all this. It's just really, we're just doing it to raise money from you guys. We're trying to give back for you to get a free pattern. We're trying to do something good in the world. And so for all the people who say, I want a calculation, we don't do one. We don't have time in our lives to do that, and I feel like $10,000 is really good for what Kevin and I can do from us personally. If we could do more, we would do more.
Yeah, so we do 10,000, and then the number you saw on the screen was like how much we've raised from all of you guys.
And then Mark Dunn from Moda gives 10,000.
Yep.
Also.
Okay, and then Lillian Roth said, love Chelsea's sweater. Where did she get it?
Oh my goodness. It's from this cute little online Instagram shop I love, Pink Desert.
Oh my gosh.
So if you love it, you can go over there and buy it.
And the quilt is 64 by 82. We just figured that out.
Oh, excellent. And then Rebecca was asking, what level of difficulty is a charity quilt?
I would
Oh.
say almost everything, if you're a confident beginner,
Yes,
you can do.
for sure.
Yeah.
Beginner.
There's
And I-
just a couple ones, but we
Yeah.
have the videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with the
So-
videos, if you're like new, you can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
And the videos will come out the same day the patterns come out, so you can, you know, watch it at the same time.
Yeah, if you guys did Threadology with us last year, it's going to be a very similar like release
true.
schedule and structure. Gwenna Dottie says, how old is Chelsea and how did she get into quilting?
Oh my goodness. I'm 28 years old, and I started quilting about 5 years ago. I went to my very first quilt market, and I told myself I was never going to quilt, and I fell in love with it instantly. I just couldn't not go home and start sewing. So too much inspiration from just everyone around me.
Right.
And now I love it.
And they live really close to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like 5 minutes away.
5 minutes away.
Yeah. In case you guys didn't know, they are mother-daughter duo.
She's a great babysitter. We just say that.
So so that's our charity quilt, and now I'm going to show you. Sherri and Corey made a book together called Sunday Best, and they're doing a sew along now. All the information is on their blogs. So it's a Quilting Life blog and Coriander Quilts blog. We have the links below, and basically you buy the book, and they show you how you combine it into a quilt. Do you want to say more about it? And then we're going to show her quilt and then my quilt, and I haven't even seen my quilt yet.
Yeah. So the sampler quilt has 12 blocks, one from each quilt in the book. And you do need the book, but Corey and I both have the PDF patterns on our blogs every Friday. So today was block 11, and it lets you know everything that you need to do to make our sampler, and block 12 next week, and then the finishing the week after that. But you can still go back and get all the previous ones.
And like Corey made hers with no border, and then Sherri made hers with a border, and so there's two options. You can make it a little bit smaller, a little bit bigger, and everyone's been sewing it. I mean, it's all over.
It's been so fun to
Yes.
see all the quilts.
So yeah, you do need the book. So I'm gonna move the quilt, and then I'll show this quilt. Oh, you have a piece back.
I do.
Okay, which one is first?
Let's see.
It's that way.
Yeah,
Fine.
this is the top.
And so tell them what fabric you used.
So I used Harper's Garden for my entire quilt, and it's in the store now, right now. So,
I'm gonna switch you so you can talk.
so
Yeah.
I'll switch that. Yeah,
She's not over
Yeah.
the quilt.
yeah. So I'm not
It's
in,
her
in
quilt,
hiding. But yeah, I just
And we can show the
absolutely
bottom.
have loved this quilt. And this is the block that is on the blog today.
Ooh.
So super fun.
You want to show the back?
Sure.
I like the back. I'm gonna have to copy this. So
You
she
know what
just
I've
did
been-
two different colors.
You know what I've been doing for my scrappy backs lately? You know how when you get your quilt back and you trim the
Oh yeah, it's
extra
three.
fabric from after you get it back from the quilter? I've been sewing those all together and just making scrappy backs.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
And this is Harper's Garden too.
yeah,
Mhm.
Also.
yeah. This one is Walkabout right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that's still in the shops too.
And then mine,
And then
I
Kimberly's.
used a combination of Corey's fabrics. And I haven't even seen this. So Gina Tell of Thread
Isn't it so
Graffiti
cute?
It's so cute.
quilted it and showed up yesterday with it. And so she did a Baptist fan. And you can see that mine doesn't have the border, so
love
that's
that.
kind of the difference.
Dang cute.
So there's mine. I'll show you the bottom. I know y'all have probably like, I've seen this quilt a million times.
No, people are like, we love this. People were asking, what size are the blocks?
18 inches.
I think 18.
Yeah.
I was like, and then there's
it's been
my
a little
little
while since I
There's
made
my
it.
little back, my little block that I,
I
threw in
That's
the
so
back.
cute.
It's a little tiny thing in the back.
I love that.
So there's still time, and I would say that one is probably like beginner intermediate.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, so if you have questions on that, let me know, or let us know. And then I decided that we should offer all of their PDF patterns 20% off for this week. And so if you buy either a Quilting Life or Chelsea Stratton pattern, they're 20% off, just the PDFs, not the paper. The code is PDF20, PDF20. And so they're just going to show you some of their quilts. Do you want to start with this one or this one? Which stack?
Yeah, we can start with this one.
Okay.
Okay.
So this one is called Over the Rainbow, and it's 72 inches square.
Yes.
Is that
so
the?
And this one was so much fun to make. Like, just really bright and happy, and really shows off a lot of the prints, and some are sweet, and yeah, it's so much fun.
There's stars in the bottom.
I feel like this rainbow goes very well with the 2020 backing. Like if you put
Oh,
those
yeah.
two together
Oh, for
somehow.
sure.
Oh yeah,
And
definitely.
then this is the backing.
Yeah, it's so pretty.
The backing is the same as the border, right? Oh no, it's similar.
Yeah, I did a scrappy binding on this too with all of the colors of the fabric, just to kind of continue that rainbow look. But yeah, it's so easy to make, you guys. Just simple
cute.
piecing and
And
really
your
quick.
quilting is similar to mine. It's like a double.
Yeah,
it's
it's
like
like-
a clamshell.
Yep. Kind of gives that like rainbow look too. It's so cute. So yeah, that's Over the Rainbow.
So beautiful.
I know. Makes me want to make it.
Yeah, we'll do this one.
Let me see the pattern. So this one is called Star Crossed. It's 80 inches square.
So this one, I just love a big block quilt, and sometimes that's what I feel like making, is just a big block quilt that's easy to piece. And yeah, this one's so much fun too. So
Is it a fat quarter quilt?
it is a fat quarter friendly
Okay.
quilt. Yeah,
And
and the
then
previous quilt was yardage, but yeah.
It's the back. That's so pretty. And then the quilting. Will you zoom in on the quilting, Lily, on the white? I don't know what you call that, but it's really awesome.
It really is a cool design. And we love that our quilter does more of a dense quilting and really helps the quilts hang well and shows off a lot of texture. Okay, so I just need...
Here it is. This one
Oh,
is
yeah.
Oceanside,
Should I grab it off the ladder or
Yeah.
no? Okay.
and it's going to be 65 inches square. It uses fat eighths.
Okay.
This way? Okay.
It's a little sailboat.
This is just cute little sailboats. Yeah, fat eighth friendly. And I actually designed this because I read my little boy the book Where the Wild Things Are, and it reminds me of the little sailboat that Max takes off in search of the wilder things. So yeah, this one was a lot of fun to make as well.
That's beautiful. And the backing is similar to the
Awesome.
other.
Yeah.
And then that one is a
Oh.
smaller version.
Yes, so the pattern also just comes with a 9-block version for like a small baby quilt or like a crib hanging quilt. So yeah, that's just included in the pattern, the instructions to assemble that. So
And then the backing, she did the same. They always
Yeah,
want
I
to see the
did.
backing. If I forget the backing. That one's
but yeah,
really
those are
cool.
all my patterns that are with Summer Sweet. So yeah.
And Summer Sweet is going to ship in January.
Oh yes.
And this is Patchwork Garden 2. So
Yes.
second version, it's 80 inches square.
And it's a jelly roll quilt.
The backing on this is amazing too. Oh, here, I'll switch you.
Oh, that's okay.
So this is really cool because if you're a beginner, you could totally tackle this.
Oh, yeah.
Even though it's on point, and people will think that you're like a big pro. And there's the
The
backing.
backing is amazing.
Yeah.
Lily, you can do this one.
do this one. It looks so
Oh, and then
cool.
the
The
border-
blocks
the
go
border
together
has
so
like
quickly.
a extra stripe. And the border, I'm going the wrong way.
There you go.
Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So again, that is Patchwork Garden 2. This one is Beach Day. It is 74 by 90, and it uses a jelly roll and a charm pack.
Yeah. This one is super fast to put together too. Just because when you use the pre-cuts, all your cutting is done.
Yep, and the backing is gray, like a gray check. A gray square.
Oh, and it's scrappy too.
It's scrappy
It's a
too.
little-
Okay, we have to turn it over.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
I love it.
I just love all the grays in Summer Sweet.
I love a piece backing.
This is medallion.
This one is called Gelato, and it's a fat eighth quilt. And this one is amazing. And I like quilts like this because then you can do like some half square triangles, some flying geese, some churn dash, and you can like change it up and you're not making the same thing over and over. And so this is like a total Kimberly quilt right here that I can make.
And it actually goes together really quickly too. So
It's 70
boxed
inches
kit,
square.
right. Oh, and
This is
there's
my favorite one.
a Moda boxed kit for this.
Oh, it is.
It
Okay,
is.
good. Then I'm gonna buy the kit. Then I won't have to think about it.
And then-
Do you have? Oh yeah, this one.
Oh yeah, and the kit should be on our coming soon page.
And then
It's so
grab you-
cute.
So yeah, this is simply charming, and one charm pack makes this table topper, and then we have the table runner on the table
On the
over
table
there.
over here.
Oh.
Yeah, so you get both projects with one charm pack. Super fun. And then
Yes.
Oh wait, let me show you the backing.
Oh.
'cause I'm
Oh.
gonna forget.
Oh yeah.
There's the backing.
Here, you take that one.
Here, I'll grab this one. For you.
okay.
This one's small enough. We could probably.
Okay.
I love the quilting on this one.
Yeah. This is Starlight, and it's a fat quarter quilt. So
Can you zoom in on that quilting, Lily?
Yeah.
On the white? Gina, can you get this pantograph right here, please?
She is watching.
Yes, Gina, please. I need this. in my
I think
life.
it's called
Gina.
Baptist Clams. I think is what it's called.
And this is the back.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think that's
Yay!
everything. Yeah. It's all
And
except for
then
the little-
these right
yeah.
here. We can each hold some up if you want.
And then this one is called Oh Christmas Tree. It's brand new PDF. We just put it online yesterday.
That's so cute.
Right?
There,
Oh my goodness.
someone was noting the Rick Rack. They like the Rick Rack
Oh,
hanging.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think that's so
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, and we have Rick Rack called Vintage Trim. If you Lori Holt Rick
Ooh,
Rack.
That might even be what this is.
I think it is.
I
didn't wanna s-
yeah,
yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah. So cute. So let me know. Again, PDF 20% off all of their PDFs. And if you have any questions, we're gonna answer any questions about all the things you just did, and then we're just gonna chat. We're just gonna sit and chat, and y'all send in some questions.
Okay. So, going back down. From Gianna Gorsuch, I love Sherri's blog. Does Chelsea have a blog?
I do have a blog. You can find me at www.chelseastratton.wordpress.com.
Excellent, thank you. And Teresa was saying, I love Sherri's YouTube videos. I hope she does more. She did do more.
We did a whole bunch this week.
All right. And someone was asking about the pattern on the quilt ladder, so we covered that. And then Patrice Ryan was asking, where can I find the cutting instructions for Bloom-Topia that Kimberly referenced?
Go to our blog. The cutting instructions will start in February.
Yeah.
So that little cutting diagram is going to come out in February or throughout the time. We just wanted to do that because that's one of the questions that you guys are always asking because y'all don't want to run out of fabric. So we thought, well, this year we can plan ahead, get that together. So that's all going to come out in February.
Okay. And then if everyone could comment below what their favorite quilt that we just showed was right now. Go for it. My favorite, I think, was the rainbow.
Aw, thank
I love it. Okay. And then, we want to wish a happy birthday to Marsha Baker. She said, yesterday was my birthday, y'all. I'm 69 and holding. She put the little... Happy birthday, Marsha. Okay, and then Brenda Byer was asking, are Sherri and Chelsi going to do any videos for the gelato quilt?
Oh,
Ooh.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Maybe,
maybe
we
in the
will.
future.
That's a great idea.
Some people are saying all the quilts are their favorites.
Yeah.
Thank
You guys are so sweet.
So we have a list of questions that were sent in, so I'm going to go ahead and start with those. So on Instagram, well, first I wanted to say, how long have you been designing with Moda?
5 years.
Yeah, our first
Yeah.
collection was the spring of 2015.
Yeah.
So,
It's
yeah.
gone by fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it says, how long have each of you been quilting?
So I've been quilting since about 1994. So
And I've been quilting for about 5 years. So when like this whole journey started is when I dove right in. So.
And so we've got this question a couple times. What is your best tip for sewing and quilting?
oh wow, best tip.
Oh my goodness.
I just say like enjoy it. Like really just enjoy the process. I think is number one. Don't worry about, just take each project as a learning and growing experience. And then just that 1/4 inch seam allowance, I guess, is has to be the number one.
Yeah. I think just good pressing has like really changed the game for me. Like taking my time and doing it correctly, and yeah.
Tell us about your next fabric line. They want to know a little bit about what the colors and when it's going to be released. They want details.
Ooh.
It's gonna be really fun, you guys.
Yeah, we just sent the strike-offs back. So
Yeah.
we can't say very much, but
Yeah.
we love it.
We promise it's gonna be just as bright and happy as Summer Sweet, but
Yeah.
different. So.
couple of new colors.
Yeah, a couple of new colors. So if
Ooh,
you guys want to
some of
take
the
any
same.
guesses,
Maybe they need to show me.
but yeah, we always stay within a palette, but then we expand, and you know. So yeah, we're really excited about this one. We think you guys will love it, hopefully. So
Yes.
Yay.
Someone is wanting to know how you got started in the business, each of you.
So I started my blog in 2008 just to kind of keep track of what I was doing. I was giving a lot of things away, and I just wanted to document it. Yeah, and that just led to so many things. The opportunity to do books and patterns. And when I started thinking about fabric, I knew I couldn't do it on my own. I knew I needed help, and I knew I had this daughter who is crazy artistic. And so I just went to her one day and said, would you like to try this with me? And
Yeah. And I will have you guys know, I was 9 months pregnant at the time. But I was so excited that she wanted to do that. And we presented our first fabric line to Moda. And yeah, I just feel like it's been an awesome journey. And we're just really grateful for everyone who sews with our fabric. But yeah, that's how I got in. So I'm just grateful I get to do it with my mom. So.
And where do you get your inspiration for your fabric collections and your patterns?
Hands down, places we've been, nature, and just a lot of memories. Like, that's what starts it all. I have a sketchbook that I carry with me almost everywhere, and I just draw and doodle, and those become the fabrics. So
right.
yeah.
And I think architecture, nature,
For sure.
quilt designs
Yeah.
too.
And then tell me like a little bit about your families, like how many kids you have. Because I think people really like to know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my husband and I have been married almost 35 years, and we have 4 children. And Chelsi's number 3, so she has an older brother and an older sister and a younger brother.
Yeah.
So,
And then I'm actually, my 10-year anniversary is coming up in March. But I have 3 children. I have 2 girls and then a little boy, ages 8, 5, and 3. And yeah, so that's my little cute family. But they're all so supportive of me. And yeah, they love all this stuff that is going on.
Right.
So.
Right. And real quick, we have another birthday, Wanda Marsh. Happy birthday. She says she
Happy
turned 59
birthday!
yesterday.
Awesome.
It is
Happy
also Nova Birchfield's birthday. She
Oh!
is one of our It's So Emma team
That's why
members.
she's off today.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Nova!
Happy birthday, Nova!
Happy birthday. Yeah, I
Confetti
saw
cannon
this
for all the
morning that
birthdays.
it was like she was off. I was like, oh.
So if you
didn't
watch
know.
this, Nova, know we thought of you. We love you.
Happy
Yeah, at
birthday,
least Lily
Nova.
knows what's going on around here because I obviously don't.
To be fair, Peach is the one that said it.
How
So
did she
thank you,
know?
Peach.
Oh.
Peach knows everything.
Peach knows.
We didn't even know.
Oh, I have to email Nova now because I thought I could say goodbye to her today.
Oh.
Okay. Do you have more questions? Or do you
Yeah,
have
I do.
any- okay, go
So
for it.
if there was anything you could tell your younger self, what would it be?
This is such a good question.
And it could be either like, well, I think they want to know quilting, but I would say both, personally and
I'm gonna
quilting.
do
I'm not
both.
answering the
Okay.
question though.
Oh, you're not answering?
No, I'm not
Okay.
answering this question because it's way too hard for me.
Okay, personally, I would say don't sweat the small stuff. Really, I've just learned that as I got older. And then quilting, I would tell myself, believe in yourself and don't think there's anything you can't do, because you can learn any technique and you can get better with color. You can get better with everything.
With everything.
Yeah.
I would definitely say, like, not quilting related, to just be more kind to myself. That's a huge one. I think we can all be so hard on ourselves, and we don't need to be. We really don't. So we're all imperfect. But I think quilting wise, definitely be more patient with myself. I was really hard on myself about making mistakes, and I thought, oh, I have to be amazing at this. And no, when now I don't do that, and I'm just there's room for human error, so have fun and enjoy it, or it becomes a chore. So
Yep.
we want it to be fun all the time.
I love that.
Do you ever fumble over what fabric to put with other fabric? Or do you feel like each collection goes together? You know what I mean? Do you does it have to perfectly match, or do you mix and match collections, mix and match designers?
Yeah, I don't feel like everything has to perfectly match, especially if you're doing a scrappy quilt and there's space in between. I did my Moda Block Heads 2 quilt, and I used every single one of our collections.
Yeah.
And I love it. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
And Blockheads 2 is a completely free pattern on Moda's blog. I finished mine last year, and if you're looking for something free, it's on their blog.
Yeah. I feel the same. I feel I have, a group of colors that maybe I can pick and choose from, but no, I love mixing and matching everything. So
They want to know, what is your design process in doing the fabric? Who does what when y'all actually design the fabric?
So, I basically, I love to hand draw most everything, and then I'll move those images into the computer, and I'll play around with them, and I have my colors that I want to use, and just, that process is kind of a long one, but we get together and we look over all the designs and the colors, and we're really good at compromise. We have to be, because sometimes she really wants this blue color, I really want that pink color, but no, it's a lot of fun, and we really both are just a great team. So
Yeah, I feel like it's really fun when she calls and says, Mom, I have some designs, we got to get together, and it's just so much fun to go over, and we just pull everything up on the screen, and we talk about scale and color and what we might need to add, and it's just really a fun creative process.
yeah.
So
And April Jackson wants to know, what's your top Notion pick?
I know mine. Okay, you guys, I cannot say enough about this Notion. It is the, oh my goodness, Diagonal Seam Tape by Allison of Cluck Cluck Sew. It has saved me so much time. I love this so much. It's amazing.
So you can
drawing
put it,
lines and everything. So
you can put it on the bed of your machine. It has the diagonal line if you want to use that, and it also has a 1/4 inch, and it doesn't pull up like washi tape does. Because I currently use washi tape, and it pulls up all the time and gets in the way when I'm trying to do. And it has been hard for us to keep in stock. So if we're sold out, it's going to come back inside soon, because it's selling so fast that it's almost impossible for us to keep it in stock.
It's amazing.
yeah,
My favorite
I
thing
love
right
that
now.
too. Yeah. And then for mine, I just absolutely love the Creative Grids Stripology rulers. I have 3 of them right now, and I love the mini ruler. But it saves so much time when you're cutting strips, and then you can turn the strips the other way and cut squares and rectangles, and it just saves a ton of time.
And I don't have that much experience with it, but the stars are one of the sizes, and then the
Right.
squares are another. So if you're just doing 2.5 or 1.5. You can just look at the images instead of having to look at the lines, which
Right.
saves time.
Yes, that saves a lot of time, and you don't have to keep doing the math in your head and
Yeah.
just follow the stars or squares. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, we just got a super chat from Cindy Dickinson for $19.99, and she says, "Merry Christmas."
Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Cindy. That's very generous of you. Yay. Yes, that's super piggy. Every time the super chat comes up.
That is so cute.
Maggie wants to know, what is your least favorite part of quilting?
Oh, so we were talking about this morning,
Yeah.
and it used to be binding, but now I love binding because it's kind of like my last, I don't know,
calming.
revisiting the quilt and my experience making it. So I guess now it would probably be cutting out, but I really don't mind anything. So
Mine is pressing because I just want to keep sewing all the time. Like, I don't want to have to stop, so I just want to stay at the machine the whole time.
They want to know if you're going to have new collections that go with some of your older collections like Valley and Desert Bloom.
So we actually talked about this recently, and I did a little poll on my Instagram, and yeah, we're definitely thinking there needs to be a sister line to Desert Bloom because we really loved that collection.
yes,
So
yeah, the colors were super
Yeah.
fun.
for
so.
sure, Desert Bloom in the future, definitely.
So Sherri, will you tell us about your 2019 half square triangle block that you do? It's like a freebie on your blog. Tell us a little bit about it, and then we have a question about it. But I want everybody to kind of know what it is before I ask the question.
Yeah, we just actually finished up this week, but it was just 25 different half square triangle patterns, and they're classic patterns. But what I did do was gave them in two different sizes, a 12-inch finished and an 8-inch finished. And so for my samples, I made my 12-inch finished out of all of our collections, and my 8-inch finished, I took red and green fabrics in my stash and did just a red and green version. So all the patterns are for free on my blog, and I put up the finishing instructions this week for the 8-inch blocks set on point and the 12-inch blocks with a straight setting. So
And she wants to know, Amy wants to know if Summer Suite would be a good choice for your 2020.
absolutely, yes. The 2020 is a surprise until January, but I will be doing one.
I want to see it. And then Susan wants to know if it's easier to use starch fabrics when you're working with mini pieces, like miniature size pieces.
That's primarily when I use starch,
Yeah.
is for mini quilts. I just feel like it really increases the accuracy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I totally agree. I have to starch when using
Yeah.
smaller pieces.
So Lily, you got some questions?
Oh, I got lots. I got so many
I
questions.
love it, guys, because I don't have to
Yeah.
answer any questions.
I don't know. I think there's a couple here that are also directed at everyone. But Gabriel Fuentes was asking, do Sherri or Chelsea do any other hobbies besides quilting?
She's going to get back into cross stitch because she's going to make the Bloom-Topia.
Yes, I'm gonna make the. I did cross stitch before I quilted, and so I'm really excited about the Bloom-Topia cross stitch.
She's going to make it with us.
But I'm also like super into time management and organizing.
She
Oh,
is.
she
Oh
is.
my
I
goodness,
read
she
all those
is.
kinds of books, and I try to share those kind of tips on my blog too, and relate it to quilting because I
Yeah.
feel like if we can make better use of our time, we can quilt more.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like quilting is like my hobby. I don't know.
Her hobby is true crime, guys. She doesn't know that her hobby is true crime, but I'm just going to throw that out
I
there.
think it might be.
We have some podcasts we want to start listening
Yeah,
to now that we've been
we've-
with Kimberly.
I know
Kimberly's
like,
been very
podcast?
informative.
I'm like I have like 100.
Yeah. She's gonna
I
get us started.
Yeah, I listened to Criminal this morning. Y'all know, like, I love it. This is Criminal. I'm Ashley, whatever. I love her voice, and I got to see her at this thing I went to with Lily, and I was like, oh my God, there's Ashley's here from Criminal. Anyway, sorry.
Okay, and then Life's So Crazy, when you said how old you were, Chelsea, she was like 28. She looks like a teenager, and she
Oh
put a
my
little
goodness.
heart.
You're so sweet.
All right. And okay, Donna Rogers was asking, where can I get the patterns for the charity cross stitch and the quilt?
So everything starts February 1st. Everything is going to be free on our blog, and then in return, we're just asking for donations to Make-A-Wish. And the reason that we promote it so early is because I've already placed the fabric order for it. So I have to promote it so that when it comes in, I ship it out in time so that you have all the fabric and the kits. Because a lot of people, especially if you're a beginner, you know, you want to have a kit that puts it all together because it's harder for you to pick the fabric. So we plan way in advance so that we kind of have our numbers to know what we're going to sell. And that's just kind of how we do stuff. And then we found we used to just raise $10,000, and then we decided, okay, we need to be promoting this more, and then every year we've been able to make more and more money, and all that money goes directly to Make-A-Wish. That link is provided from the National Center at Make-A-Wish. We never touch that money, we never see that money, and we want it to go directly there. And then every time we grant a wish, we show you pictures. And the way that works, it gets, there's so many companies in Austin that donate. You know, when one comes up that we actually donate more than some of the other companies, so when there's like a bigger wish, they'll let us know, okay, would you like to grant this wish? Or they let us pick, and then Kevin and I always go. Sometimes we take our kids, sometimes we don't, but we always show pictures. Because I do want my children to understand that, like, you have to give back, you have to be a good person, you have to do something. Like, we always do brown Santa or blue Santa, or both. You know, and even this morning, one of my sons was like, when are we going to do Blue Santa? And I said, okay, it's not this weekend. I think it's the weekend after. You know, you got to teach your kids, like, it's not all about you, like, in the world. And so, like, I don't want to be that mom who, like, says it. I want to actually do it.
Take action.
So that they can, like, become, because, you know, when I die, that's all that's left is, like, my kids. Like, you got to teach them how to, like, be a better person and live that life, because when I'm gone, that's all that's left is my kids. And so if I don't do a good job with them, I have completely failed as a human being. Aww. Sorry.
From Angela Stoudenberg, what was the name of the ornaments pattern?
Oh, it's called Oh Christmas Tree.
And, so for our site, one of the last things that needs to be fixed is our What's New page and our Coming Soon page sorting. That is on the that's next up on the list. So that should be fixed soon, like very soon. Kevin let me know yesterday. It's now at the top of the list. So like within a week, everything should be totally back to normal, I'm hoping. So thank you for all your patience with the new website. It is greatly appreciated, and woo, we're almost through it. We might live. We might.
All right. From Jennifer Daniel Johnson, can Sherri and Chelsi tell each of us how they learned to sew?
So my mom actually taught me to sew. She got me a sewing machine when I was about 10, and I made clothes in high school, and I made prom dresses, and I made my wedding dress, and
Didn't you make her?
I made prom
My
dresses.
prom dress,
Yes.
for my senior year.
Yes.
That's amazing.
I think it's on her blog, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
I did
yeah,
a
it's on
picture
her
of
blog.
her way back in the day, but yeah. And then my grandma quilted, and I really never thought I would be a quilter because she made me quilts. But one day I asked her to make a twin-size quilt for my oldest son, and she said, "No, I'll teach you how." And that started my quilting.
Wow.
Yeah. Best no, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, my mom taught me how to sew, but I didn't really get into it till 5 years ago. I think when I was 11, she tried. Like, she literally, and then when I was in high school, she was like, I will literally, like take this class. I'll go give you $100 so you can buy all the stuff that you need. And I told her no. But no, 5 years ago, I'm like, I want to do this. And I think I called her like 20 times in one day, like, am I doing this wrong? But yeah, she was very patient with me, and she has the best tips, you guys. So she's a great teacher.
Okay. From Lana Stewart, how do you schedule your sewing time, and how much time do you spend sewing in a day?
This is a good one.
That's a really good one. I really do try to sew every single day, even if it's a small amount. One of my favorite things that I do is I always leave something in my sewing room ready to start on right away.
Right.
So I either cut something out and leave it by the sewing machine, or have chain piecing ready to, laid out on the design board, ready to go, so that even if I only have 10 or 15 minutes, I can go in and do something. So
Mine is very similar. Like, 20 minutes a day. Like, you can accomplish so much in 20 minutes, but I'm also the same. Like, I cut one day. I never cut and sew in one day. So, like, I'll cut, like, a couple projects out one day, and then I know I can just immediately wake up and start sewing. And that, like, makes my headspace a lot better. So, yeah.
Oh, and Peach was saying that Gina Tell was the one who told her about Nova's birthday.
Oh.
That makes
My
sense.
goodness.
Gwen Smith says, what has been your favorite block to make? I think, like, in general.
Oh my goodness. Any star block? I love star blocks.
I was going to say the same thing. I
Oh,
love
yeah, I
star
love them.
blocks. Yeah.
I agree.
Always star blocks.
There's just so many variations.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. And then Claudia Itzworth says, will you be at the Birmingham Festival of Quilts in 2020?
Oh, I haven't heard of that.
I
So.
haven't either.
Oh, we'll have to look
Have
into
to
it.
Yeah, I'll
look
have to
into
look
it.
into it and see.
All right. Vicky Hafler says, when are the 2020 Bloom-Topia kits being sent out?
January.
Okay.
January. Oh, Jacqueline Yvonne Woodward says, when the dog barks, is that Kimberly's real dog recorded barking?
No.
No, I did not get the chance to record Piggy for that.
No, he doesn't bark that much.
No, I think I've heard him bark once, maybe.
It's a good dog.
And then do you guys have YouTube channels?
You
So
do.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
My oldest son actually comes and helps me. Usually it's something with a quilt. You know, I did a little tutorial for a couple of the blocks in Sunday Best Quilts, and I have like a 1/4-inch seam allowance.
So
just
tell us
some-
the name of the
Yeah,
channel.
what's the name?
So it's just a Quilting Life. Yeah, everything's a Quilting Life. The Facebook, the Pinterest, the Instagram, the blog, everything.
Yeah.
Then Stacy Fallon had a video request for you if you could do a video on quilting and time management and how they relate.
That would be a good
Oh,
one.
that's a great
Yes.
idea. Thank you.
Um,
I
and
will.
She'll get right on it.
From Sonia Leach, for the Starlight pattern, are there Y seams?
No Y seams in that pattern. Yes.
I love Y seams, by the way.
Oh,
I do, because it's challenging.
yeah.
We try not to put them in any Etsoma patterns because I think the phone would ring off the hook, but I love Y seams, actually. I'm like the one person in the world that likes them.
Okay. And Donna Winkler was asking, what sewing machines do you guys use?
Ooh,
Oh, good one.
I just got a Juki and I love it. Oh my goodness. I
Is it
can't
the
remember.
2010?
20.
Juki TL
I
2010.
think that's what it is.
Yeah, and that's what I use.
I
And
love it.
I have a baby lock that I use. I don't even know which one it is. My mom bought it because I would never pay that much for a sewing machine. And I only use it for like zigzagging my cross stitch, or if I need to put binding on and my walking foot is not that great with the Juki because I need to get a better one. So sometimes I'll use it for that.
Yeah.
What do you use?
I have a Janome Memory Craft 6600 that I've had for, I don't know, 5 or 6
Yeah,
years.
it's been a while.
I love it. So.
And then Gigi Odom was asking, what's your favorite quilt pattern ever? And she has a separate question, so we'll start with that one.
Oh my goodness.
Favorite quilt pattern ever. Oh, I don't know. I actually, of the ones that I've done, I would say it's my gelato quilt right now. I've been wanting to design a medallion quilt for a long time, and
It's pretty.
and that's probably my favorite right now. I also love my Mahalo quilt pattern because it's based on an antique quilt that was
Yeah.
made by my great-great-grandmother.
Yeah, I think out of the ones that I've designed, the Hearts at Home has been one of my favorites. That one has been great, so.
And, okay, her second question was, what pre-cut do you prefer?
Layer cake.
Layer cake? Oh.
Kimberly
I would
loves
say
layer
fat
cakes.
quarter
I
because
was
I
gonna
can
say
cut
fat
everything
quarter.
from it.
I don't
Yeah.
want to iron it.
Oh, that's
That's
true.
very
That is-
true.
that's true. I
That's
didn't think
true.
of that. But after fat quarter, it's jelly roll. I just think they are so cute, and honey buns.
Well,
I like them all.
yeah, I think fat quarter definitely because of the usability. Like, I can get so much out of it. But I do collect the minis. I have so many of them. I love them. So,
And, okay, April Jackson was saying, confetti cannon for Kevin and the team. So confetti candy for them for working so
Still's
hard.
not sleeping.
Oh man.
I don't know when he sleeps.
Okay. And Lisa Reiser says, will FQS offer kits for the new patterns with summer sweet fabric? Your kits are the best.
We definitely are going to have the Bloom, obviously the Bloom-Topia is the Charity Quilt, so that's one kit. We're going to have a kit for the medallion quilt, and that's all we have planned right now. With any fabric collection, we try not to ever do more than 2 kits, because when you start doing 2, 3, 4, 5 kits, the customer goes to the page and they're like, I love it all, I can't decide, and they close the window. So we never, you'll see on our site, we try not to like oversaturate a collection, because then the sales are just not good, because then you can't, you love them all, you can't decide, and then you don't buy anything. And so Kevin and I have just learned that like we have to not do too much from each collection.
And Julie Washburn says, how did you get into fabric designing?
And I wanted to say real quick that all of their patterns are like pre-cut friendly. So any of their stuff, if you just called customer service and said, I really love this, they could take the pattern, put a fat eighth bundle with solids, and kit it for you on their stuff. So because they always do pre-cut friendly, so sorry.
Yeah. No.
So how did you get into fabric design?
So fabric designing, I feel like, we just decided we wanted to do it.
Yeah.
And we just came up with a whole bunch of ideas, and
Yeah.
we actually just put them on a design board.
We really did. We had like old school design boards that like science project style, you guys,
Yes.
and taped like fabric swatches and all of the designs, and
Yeah.
but yeah, we both really wanted to do it, and we both had a passion for it. So yeah.
Yep. And we just presented it to Moda, and we just
Yeah.
feel really grateful to be able to do what we
Yeah,
love.
very grateful.
Yeah.
And again, their PDFs are 20% off, but you have to put in the code PDF20, because I know y'all are going to ask for the code again. So PDF20.
And Sewing Becca says, what is the name of the quilt on the bottom of the ladder? Sorry, I forgot.
Oh, it's
that's
called
Starlight.
Starlight.
Yes.
Okay, and Terry Lane says, what does Chelsea like to make with the minis?
Well, I mainly just like collect them because I think that they're so cute. But yeah, actually that pillow that you do,
Yeah.
I can't remember which one it is. There's this cute
Yeah.
pillow
I have
pattern.
a couple free pillow patterns
Yeah.
with mini charms on the blog. So.
Yeah, or little bags. Like
Yeah.
they're perfect for projects like that. If you're making a tiny little bag or you're making a patchwork pillow, so.
And
Yeah.
pot holders.
Oh my goodness.
I've been making patchwork pot holders with all the
her pot holders, you
Christmas
guys.
mini charms that I got at market to give to some friends for the holidays.
I can always expect a pot holder from my mom, and they are so adorable. So
Okay. And then Kim Fishlin was asking, is your other daughter or daughter-in-laws interested in quilting?
My other daughter, she's just kind of in that young mother stage right now. Her kids she has a 1-year-old, and she's very creative and talented too. And
Yeah.
I'm thinking when her kids get a little older, she might
she'll dive in.
want to
for
dive
sure.
in. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then one of my sons just got engaged.
Oh my
and
gosh.
she does like my quilts, so that's
Yeah.
a good thing. And my other son has a really great girlfriend, and she loves the quilts.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah.
he's so creative too. Like he does
Yeah.
the filming for my mom.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
yeah.
All right, and from Gwenna Dottie, she's asking if you have a pot holder pattern available.
I do. There's a free one on my blog. So
Go to
yes.
Sherry's blog for that.
Yeah, I think if you go to my tutorials tab at the top,
Should be on
there
there.
should be a link to it.
And then I'm going to give people a chance to ask more questions if they want to. I have a couple questions of my own. I always ask people, what is your favorite food?
Oh my goodness, all of it. I really enjoy like trying new places and trying new things. Like you guys, breakfast tacos. We just got here and they introduced us to breakfast tacos. It's like the most amazing thing ever. Right now that's my favorite.
Yay!
Because she just had them.
I literally just
Oh,
ate
they
some.
brought Taco Cabana. That's
Yeah.
so funny.
Yes.
It's so good.
I love shrimp tacos,
Oh, yeah.
chicken taco, any kind of taco, pizza, Italian, any kind of pasta. I like everything too. So.
Yeah. What about you, Kimberly?
I don't know. Gnocchi. I'm gonna say gnocchi.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because I can never have it. Because I can never find a restaurant. There's not very many Italian restaurants in Texas because it's like a lot of Mexican food. So that's what we end up always eating, Mexican food or Panera bread. And so I've been like, I need to go have some gnocchi sometime.
That's funny. I did not know that's how you pronounce that. I've only ever read that word.
Well, at one point in my life, I was actually cooking a bunch, and Kevin for Christmas bought me this like thing at like Central Market to like go and like learn how to make gnocchi.
Oh,
I've never made
that's
it, but I took
awesome.
the class, so I can
Wow.
say I did it one time, which I didn't
That would
really
be
do
fun.
it. Yeah.
All right. Okay. And then what do you watch or listen to while you're quilting or sewing?
Oh, lately for me, I just have music on in the background. Sometimes I'm like in like a show mood, but recently no, just music and yeah, Christmas music
Woo!
for sure. Lily gets me on that.
Yes, we have Christmas music in the car this
Yes,
morning.
Yes.
amazing.
Yeah, no, right now it's Christmas music, but I love listening to time management podcasts.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I always have to stop and take notes.
She's obsessed.
So, yeah. So a whole bunch of different. And then I like the quilting podcasts too, so.
I just listen to true crime. That's it.
All right. And then what is y'all's favorite movie?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so right now I'm going to say this because my mom and I watch this movie every year around this time. We always watch It's a Wonderful Life. Probably because it's the season. That's why I'm thinking of that one right now.
My mom loves that movie, and I've always thought it's so depressing I can't watch it.
Oh my goodness.
But my mom loves it.
It's so good. It's so good.
So my favorite Christmas movie is The Holiday. I watch it multiple times a Christmas
I've
season.
never even heard of it.
Oh, I love it.
Who is
And
it? What is it? Who's in it?
It's got Cameron Diaz is in it, and there's some other pretty.
I forget, but
I'm
yeah.
trying to think who else, but I don't know. I love the Southern movies. I love Gone with the Wind. I love The Help.
Oh, I love The Help.
So
The
those
Help
are
is so
those are
good.
kind of, I don't know.
I don't watch movies, so I've got.
Okay. And then favorite book?
Oh my goodness. I've just read a really good one. Oh, it was so good. I can't remember.
This is my bachelor's degree is in English literature, so I have a lot of books that I love, but probably Henry James' Portrait of a Lady is my all-time favorite. So
I would say The Road Less Traveled because I don't really read books anymore, but it's very like, I guess, real life, motivational, timeless. I don't know.
Oh, The Alchemist.
Ooh.
I just reread it. It's a great message. So
Ooh, okay. Oh, they said the other actress in The Holiday is Kate Winslet.
yes, I can't believe I forgot
Thank you,
her name.
guys.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, and also I missed a super chat earlier from Todis Perez for $9.99. So
Yay!
thank you, Super Piggy.
That's so cute.
That is so adorable.
And then we also have a new YouTube member, Nancy Miller. Welcome, Nancy.
Welcome, welcome.
Yay! And we might have some behind the scenes stuff that we did going up on the member community tab later today. Okay, and then Margaret Haglund says, Sherry, what's your favorite time management podcast?
Oh, I've just got, I just read this book called Free to Focus by Michael Hyatt, and I've started listening to his podcast, but that book is incredible. And so I think I found the book because he was interviewed on somebody else's podcast, but Rachel Hollis does a lot of time management, and she'll interview people, and I listen to her podcast too.
Oh, and they said also Jude Law and Jack Black are
Yes,
also in
Jack
The
Black.
Holiday. Thanks, guys. Okay. And then my last question is, do you have a funny and or embarrassing story about each other?
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, I have one about Chelsea.
Ooh.
Have one? Oh.
Do you know which one I'm
I
thinking
know which
of?
one you're going to share.
So when we first started, she didn't quilt yet, and we only had about 3 weeks to get the Bright Sun quilts ready and to market. And so she came over and she was just pressing for me while I sewed. And I was really worried. It was like 2 a.m. and I said, read the pattern instructions, because I'd already written my pattern. I said, read the instructions to me so I can make sure I'm getting it, you know. And so we were kind of being kind of goofy, and she was using a British accent.
Oh, gosh.
And she said, cut 3 strips 2.5 inches by woof. And I just started, I just lost it because she didn't know that WOF stood for width of fabric.
I didn't, you guys. I needed to take a whole class on quilting terminology. It's like,
Okay,
oh my
but
goodness.
tell the story about the running after the guy.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we were discussing a few stories yesterday, and before, in high school, I went over on a cell phone bill, and my parents were like, you're gonna earn the money back. And so I went and I got a job, and it was the best thing that could have ever happened to me because I learned to work, and I worked at a sandwich shop for like 5 years. And one day this guy ordered like 8 subs, and he just picked up the order on the counter and he left out the door, and I ran. Don't do this, guys.
Yeah, don't do this.
Don't
sue
do
me.
this.
Don't do this.
Do this. And I ran out of the shop because that's a big order, and he's driving away, and I ran to his vehicle and jumped in the vehicle, and I said, you're going to pay me right now. And he's like driving, and he was just so stunned. Don't do this. And anyways, he paid me, and then I walked back to the shop with the money in hand, and we got paid. But guys, that is just craziness. Like, don't do that these days. But yeah, I was very, very passionate about my sandwich job. So, oh, that was a good one.
Oh, that's great.
Okay, do you have a funny story about your mom?
I'm trying. I don't think I have.
Did I tell you what I did in the elevator at that business conference?
Oh my goodness, yes. So she went to this business conference for like blogging, right?
Right.
And she's in the elevator, and this guy walks into the elevator, and you said, my mom's like, so is it your first time at this conference? And
Because we all had the badges
yeah.
on.
And he's like, I've been here before. And she's like, well, what else did you tell him?
I just said I was excited to be there.
Yeah, and he was so kind and so polite. And then the big event starts, and someone up on the stage announces, and now we're going to present our CEO of this entire company. And he walks out on stage, and my mom was like, that was the man I was in the elevator with. And so, she felt kind of embarrassed.
I was pretty embarrassed. So
Yeah.
I should have known.
But it was really funny. So, and he was so humble and so kind.
So kind.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Let me just say, you're not the only person that's happened to.
Really? Are people saying like?
No.
I thought you meant the car.
No, not the car thing.
I was hoping a bunch of people were like, we jump
elevator.
in people's cars and demand our money, you know.
No, I have a friend who went to like Comic-Con for one of her favorite TV shows, and she was in the elevator with like one of the main stars.
Oh my goodness.
And she didn't recognize him, so she was just like similar, like,
Was it Chris
so are
Hemsworth?
you here for the? It was like a YouTube series, but yeah. And then he like goes on stage, and she was like, "Oh, it's him."
Oh, that makes me feel better.
No,
Good,
it
you're not
happens
the
to
only one,
all of us. Okay, and then my last question here is: what is it like as a mother-daughter duo working together?
Honestly, it's great. Yeah. Like, I just feel like we have a really, really good vibe, and we know how to compromise. And that doesn't mean like we don't agree on everything, but we always compromise. And I wouldn't want to like traveling with her is great. Like, we always have each other, but we're still doing our own thing also. So the dynamic is really good.
Yeah, and I just can't imagine doing it without Chelsea. Yeah. I just feel like we have we're a true team, and we love working together, and we have different strengths and different weaknesses, and so we can help each other that way.
Yeah, for sure.
That's beautiful. Okay, and then we do have another super chat from Stacy Fallon for $19.99. Here comes Super Piggy. And she put a little pair that says, "Thank you for being awesome." And he's got like a mirror and like heart eyes. It's a little
You're
animation.
awesome.
Thank you, Stacy. Very generous. Okay, that's all the questions we have.
So I wanted to let you guys know that I am going to be out next Friday, but Skylar and Elva are going to be here, and they're going to have 3 trunk shows, and so you're not going to want to miss it. So, and thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes, and Sherri and
Please
Chelsi's
donate.
videos. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, and please donate to Make-A-Wish.
Yeah, and Sherri and Chelsi's videos will be coming out, like we said at the beginning, along with our Charity Quilt Along next year in 2020.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank
Have a
you
great
so
week.
much.
Bye, guys.